So it is my very great pleasure to introduce our three student speakers today. The first, William Spruance, earned the privilege to address you by virtue of his position as the Student Faculty Council President. The second, Ben Watson, was elected by his classmates to address you today. And the third, Ireland Gibson, was specially requested by our commencement speaker, Mr. Charles Sharon, because of a very special connection they've enjoyed over many years. So, without further delay, it is my pleasure to introduce our Student Council President, the Secretary of School Spirit, William Spruance.
Half a score and 4 years ago, we started our journey here. Back on September 8th, 2000, things were quite different. There was no iPod, Bill Clinton was president, and Dr. Hickey still had a full head of hair. I never thought that 2014 would actually arrive, never thought that my graduation day would happen. In fact, I'm still a little skeptical about graduating. I've had the privilege of speaking in front of this school many times, but it hasn't always gone so smoothly. In fact, I asked Mr. Bacher if I could receive my diploma before speaking in case I got carried away in the excitement of it all. Unfortunately, he didn't agree. So, to all students, faculty, staff, administrators, coaches, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, godparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, the weird relatives that weren't really invited but are here anyway. To all infants, pets, to Steve Van Vechten, to all living organisms, I'd like to apologize in advance in case I offend you. I'm just trying to get through this speech without having my diploma ripped up. Truthfully, part of me is sorry for all the antics. You're certainly welcome for the entertainment. And thank you for getting us through it. None of us in the class of 2014, nobody sitting behind me today, would be here without your support. The parents would have a lot more money in their pockets, Ms. Cover would be a lot less stressed out, and Dr. Hickey would still have that full head of hair that he's been missing for a decade. And I actually have a few specific thank yous I wanted to share with you today. Alexandra Catherine DuPont would like to thank the school for understanding her excused absences of being in Puerto Rico twice a month. Benjamin Robert Watson would like to thank the school for accepting his apology for stealing a Hershey Kiss off of a 4th grade gingerbread house. And Michael Patrick Kelly would like to thank me for punching him in the face in 3rd grade and making him tough. I'm still sorry. On another note, we might have frustrated you from time to time, but we are far from boring. It was our grade that turned the upper school into a croquet course. On the 4th grade Williamsburg trip, we were given a list of prohibited items, and we found a way to sneak in every single one. Mrs. Borman was left speechless when she walked into our room to see us eating candy, drinking soda, playing on our Game Boys, and jumping on the beds. In middle school, we turned free reading Fridays into football Fridays, and I could list 100 other events, but I never got caught. And once again, I haven't received my diploma, so I'm not going to take credit for about another hour. Tower Hill takes a lot of pride in its curriculum, but the biggest lesson I learned was how to stay out of trouble. More seriously, my class gave me the honor of speaking today, and although they might regret it now, I would like to speak on their behalf and give the most sincere thanks to the families and the faculty. We owe everything to you. Thank you for teaching us to act our best, but understanding when we acted our worst. Thank you for celebrating with us during victory and supporting us during defeat. And thank you for staying by our sides regardless of the situation. It was easy to cruise through high school when life was going well, but when we needed support, you were always there. This year has been an adventure, to say the least, and although he may thank us, we all owe a special thanks to Mr. Bacher for keeping this community together. It's been this community that has gotten us through our tough times and our awkward stages. A community where we made mistakes, the one where we learned from them, the one where we grew up, the one that we couldn't wait to escape, and now the one we're a little scared to leave. This day seemed impossible to reach, a mirage on the horizon. And now that we're here, I'm not really sure how I should feel. Whether it's nostalgic or relieved, there's only one thing that's certain. It's over. We are leaving. Finally. Leaving our best friends of more than a decade. I'm leaving the only school I've ever known. And with that, we are leaving the community that made us who we are, and the same community that we helped build. I'm not one to be sentimental, but all this talk about leaving has made me realize something. You guys are going to miss us so much. Everyone here today has somehow contributed to this community that I talk about. And for that, for the last time as Tower Hill students, I want to thank you. We want to thank you. And it looks like my diploma has been shredded up, so I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. But first, let me take a selfie. You ready? Thank you, everybody. And now it is my honor to introduce my friend, Ben Watson, as a speaker.